Hi guys, so another video. Currently in the garage working on the MX5. In the hunt for a better sounding exhaust, I'm going to be fitting one of these. This is a QTP QuickTime Performance electric cutout valve. Basically, it's a motor driven butterfly valve that goes in exhaust and it opens and closes. So if you're watching previous videos, you'll see that I've been modifying the exhaust. So I've taken some baffles out of the back box, decatted it, trying to make it sound the way I want it to sound, which has been a bit of a challenge. At the moment it's still not quite loud enough, but I don't want it stupid loud. So this valve, which I'll be welding to the exhaust in a moment, the plan is to be able to have the exhaust adjustable. So by pressing the switch I can open and close the valve so I can make it louder and quieter. I'm not looking for any performance gains, just sound. So I've done a very basic diagram. This is what I'm going to be doing. So this is the front of the car, the back of the car, you've got the diff, the exhaust at the moment. So I'll be fitting a V-band clamp, and then all of this is going to be new. So you've got the back box in the blue pen. So you'll see that when the valve is closed, all the exhaust gases will go through the back box and out through the new exhaust tip. When the valve is open, the exhaust gases will take the straighter path of least resistance through the valve and then out. This is going to be 2.5 inch, so it's going to be a little bit bigger than this. Is about 2.25 inch or 2 inch, so it's going to be a bit of a step up. And like I said, I can have it nice and quiet or nice and loud. With the valve straight open, it'll probably be stupid loud, so I won't have it all the way open. But the good thing with this QuickTime Performance valve, or these electronic valves, is that you can have the valve, as you press the button, it opens slowly, so you can have it open a couple of degrees or all the way. So you really can kind of tune the sound a little bit. It'll make sense once I've done it and you can listen to it. So this was like 250 quid, 200 quid, but about 3 years ago, this is from America. You can buy like Chinese copies of this now for like less 50 quid. So if you've got the time to fit one, they can be quite good. But anyway, enough talking. So I'll try and put in a clip of it, how it sounds next, so you don't have to watch the whole video. But if you keep watching the video, you'll see me doing a bit of fabricating and hopefully getting to the end result. Yeah, enjoy. Okay, so first step then, grab my torch. Oh, it's been on all this time. Right, anyway, so you can see me. Right, get that piece of pipe out of the way. Right, okay guys, so this is the current setup. Sorry it's dark, but anyway, hopefully the camera will pick it up. So you've got the centre pipe there with a little sound, so that's going to stay. Comes round past the diff and into the back box. So you can see that this flange is totally rotten and will soon fail completely. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this modification. The plan is, I've left all the parts up there. So I just put the torch on the floor, and you can just see. I'm going to just adjust that. So I'm going to cut this somewhere here. I don't know where yet. Cut that. My new V-band flange is going to go on there, and then all this is going to vanish, and then the exhaust valve will go up here somewhere. and then it'll come down a new bit of pipe. This 2.5-inch pipe will come down there like that, and then it'll go to the tip, and the actual tip that's coming off, and there's been a new 2.5-inch tip with a little bit of a downturn. I quite like the style where it just turns down towards the floor a little bit. So that's the plan. I will. What I've done is I do not have a pipe bender, so I've googled how to do pie cuts, and this is my first attempt, quite successful. So just using a cut-off saw, I've cut a load of these, and I've cleaned up with a grinder. So I've got, these are 15 degrees either side, these are 7.5 degrees either side. Now if you Google how to do pie cuts, you'll learn that 3 of these, so 15 degrees either side, makes up 90 degrees. Can't do maths right now, which is that there. So I've just stuck that together with some tape. So you can see there that I've almost got a perfect 90, almost, just by using 3 of those. This is 2.5-inch mild steel pipe. Now, some would argue that that's not the best flowing curve, but for the sake of my car, that's just a hobby, I'm perfectly happy with that. You could do smaller pie cuts like that there. Sorry, transparent wrong way. So you could do smaller pie cuts, which is a more like a progressive curve, which is better for gas flow, but I'm not building a race car, so that'll do. I've got some old second-hand flanges on my valve. To give you an idea of that, is going to be welded together onto there, and that will go under the car. So I'm just mocking up the design right now. It's all going to be best guess, and I've got no plans at all. So I'll mock it all up, tack weld it, and then I'm going to weld it out on my bench. I'm not going to weld it underneath the car. So again, doing a lot of talking in this video. It's going to be quite a long video, so you can skip the bits that are boring. Right, let's do this. Just a quick mini review. The V-band clamp that I've bought, it's because I've just got a standard kind of welder with argon gas and standard welding wire. I can only weld mild steel. So I've purchased a mild steel V-band clamp. These are predominantly stainless steel, so it's quite rare to get mild steel. But I got this for 13 quid off eBay from China. Well, we're a UK warehouse, but it's a Chinese shop. And 13 quid is actually quite reasonable for a V-band clamp. It's a 2.5-inch. The quality is actually really good. The machining quality anyway, I don't know about the quality of the material, but the machining is brilliant. Fits together perfect. It's actually got, I didn't know this, but they've got a little lip, and that's got a little recess, so when they're clamped together, it's like a perfect seal, which I think is really cool. Clamp, just a normal clamp. I used to work at a company that made these in England, which looks just like what they would do. So yeah, 13 quid, mild steel V-band. Actually, I hope that is mild steel. It looks very shiny. But anyway, we'll find out if it's mild steel or stainless. And the packaging, it came wrapped in grease, which would suggest it's mild steel. Wrapped in grease paper, in a little bag in a box. So yeah, fair play to Chinese for mass producing what seems to be a good quality V-band clamp. Anyway, right, I'm going on now. Right, next job. Right then, so made some progress off camera. It's a bit difficult to film and sort of weld. Anyway, what have I done? So I've cut off the inlet and the outlet for the back box. I've tacked on a bracket, temporary bracket, that's holding the cutout valve, and that's going to be the finished position. So now from there, I'm going to have a pipe as per that diagram. I have a pipe coming out of here, down, and out to the out through the cutout in the bumper. And then this pipe is going to do a really sharp bend, so it's not going to be very free flowing, sharp bend up to this side of the flange, which is then going to go to the midsection. So I'm going to concentrate on this bit first, do some shapes, tack it all together, and then once it's all in place, I will be able to cut this off. Won't need that anymore. So that's what I'm doing. Let's carry on. So we're making some progress now. This is like the third evening. I've done hours off camera, so I've not really got any footage of me working, but anyway, you'll see what I'm doing. So a quick update. This is what I've done so far. This is what's taken way too long. It's been quite a challenge. You will see that the valves temporarily mounted as before. These are all my pie cuts. They're just taped together. There's a few tack welds there, but that's giving you an idea of what it is. Okay, not perfect, but I'm happy. So the V band, the V band is going to go on there at a particular angle. I can't recall which angle, but it's going to go on there. And then when the valve's closed, the gases will go into the silencer. When the valve opens, they'll come straight out the back. And then down here, I've partially welded the V-band onto the mid-pipe. Now, I'm not going to get close to those welds because they're a bit monstrous, but I've had to go from a 2.25 inch pipe to a 2.5 inch pipe. So I've had to just use welders to fill the gap. So it's not pretty, but it's not going anywhere. It's done the job. So I'm just going to carry on, make a bit more progress. I'll try and do a bit more recording, but I'm struggling being on my own. So we'll carry on. So we're getting there, people. That is how far I've got. So you can see the shape of it now. A few big gaps, but I'll fill those with weld. So that's just tacked together. The plan is to take it off, weld the majority of what I can weld, and then put it back on for the final assembly. I've got my V-band to put onto there to go to the centre of the exhaust, and then I've still got all this to make, but we're getting there. So I'll get some footage of me welding that up, and then we'll carry on. Update time. So this is like the 5th day doing this. Not been struggling with this. So that's what I've done so far. 5 evenings, not 5 days, 5 evenings. Not my best work, I'll be honest, but we're getting there. So I've had to weld them and grind back the weld because I struggled with the welder this week for some reason. So I've had to grind it all back. But you get the idea. A bit more practice, maybe a TIG welder instead of a MIG welder. It'd be a lot neater job, but you get the idea. So they're now done now, fully done, ready for final assembly. So the next job is to put these pipes back onto the back box, put it back onto the car, weld the V-band on, which is so on the floor, working in a bit of a mess, make sure it all lines up, tack it all in place, and then do the final welds with it all in place. Then I've got some paint somewhere, so I'm going to give it a touch of paint so it doesn't rust, and then put it back on the car and have the car done. And then next weekend I will do the actual exhaust tip. So that's coming. That's going to be. So I've done this, done all that, done the valve. I've still got to do this bit and then the connection there. So I'm going to put it all back on, and I've not done the wiring either, so the valve doesn't work yet. So I'm going to put the valve on tonight. The valve's going to be closed, which means it'll all the exhaust flow will go through the back box, so it'll be nice and quiet. And then I can come back, do the rest of it, do the wiring, and finish it off. So we'll carry on. Hello everyone, so 4 days later, struggled like hell with the exhaust, what I've been doing to it, but the car's outside in the rain. I've done half of the exhaust, half of the modification. This is what I've just been working on. So this is coming out of the valve, going to this is the tip of the bumper, where it comes out of the bumper. I've got to drill a hole in here, where it comes out of the silencer. So I've just tacked it together now. I'm going to seam weld this up. I really struggled with the other piece of welding, which you'll see in the previous clips. Just not working very well, but I had to weld it and grind it back and paint it. Not my best work. I'm hoping that with a bit of practice this one will be better, I hope. We shall see. So I need to weld it, drill a hole in it, put some paint on it, and get it fixed. So we'll continue. Where we go. Right then. Done? Well, this part's done. Okay, so not. Well, it's all right for a. Is it a MIG welder? Take MIG. It's gone better than the other welding did, so I'm happy with that. I'm not going to grind this flat. I'm going to leave it, as you can see there. Hopefully it'll look okay with some paint on it. I don't want to grind it flat in case I weaken the joint, so I'm going to leave that on. But yeah, so that's that. Next job is to, it's getting a bit late, but bring the car back in, take the back box off, and then just spot weld this on in the right position. Then I can mark where I need to drill a hole. So just to explain, that hole there. So this is done, all that's done, valves in. Just got to connect this last part of the exhaust and drill that hole. So I bought, a week ago, I purchased, take my gloves off. I purchased these from Screwfix, and I used that, and it was pretty damn good really. It drilled it nice and easy, so I'll be using one of the smaller ones because the not as big a diameter pipe, but that's next. Right, let's do it. Progress update time. Car's back in the garage now. So that is a temporary fit of the new exhaust tip. So you can see we're below the car now, so I've purposefully got it pointing up a little bit. I think it looks good that way. Okay, so you can see the straight pipe. This is the bypass around the back box. And then there going to the valve. And then you can see how I've purposefully given me a very basic understanding of gas flow. The exhaust gases will mainly want to go through the valve and out through the straight pipe rather than through the silencer. So that's the priority for the airflow. I'm going to have to just rework this a little bit. There's just a few pinholes in the weld which is annoying. So I have to just fix that and repaint it. But anyway, that looks pretty damn close to what I drew on the whiteboard at the beginning of the video. So I'm pretty happy with that. The last remaining bit that's going to be a ball ache, I just relocate around here. So there you go. I've got to connect the outlet of the silencer back into this. And I'm doing that on purpose because I want all of the sound to come out of the exhaust, tip of the exhaust there. Just me being weird, I don't want this, I don't want to leave that there. So I'm going to go to the extra effort. So I need to cut a piece, profile it so it fits that radius, and then I need to drill my hole in there. Sounds easy, but easily like an hour, 2 hours work for me. And then I also need to, the new bypass piece of the exhaust, I need to actually weld it to the silencer so it's all nice and rigid. At the moment it's just in free air. So that's going to be permanently welded to the silencer, which is on rubbers. Okay, hope that makes sense. So let's carry on. Update time. I have drilled my hole. That was recommendation, always buy the right tools. Always. Buy the right tools and it'll make the job a hell of a lot easier. So I've drilled that, I just need to tidy up a little bit. I had to use the angle grinder as well just to get the right shape. So that's done. Down here we have, I made a bit of a cock up, but never mind. That tape's come off, get that off there. So just angle the light a bit better so you can see what's going on. So this piece goes onto there like that. And you can see I've profiled it, ready for connecting to the other piece of exhaust. I made a stupid mistake, just sorry with the camera, put it down, in that direction. So bear with me. So that goes on there like so, line up the mark. And this piece, I cut off the wrong bit. So that piece needs welding onto there, like that. So I've got a bit of extra welding to do, but never mind, at least it should still be nice and neat. So that's going to go onto there. Whoops. Don't mean to drop the camera then. So just again, just to give you an idea of what's going on. That is... It's going to go like that. So you see it? Nice good fit. That's going to go onto there. And then that little piece will fit over there. So, perfect. Right, so I'm going to put this all back onto the car, line it all up using the axle stands to get the right height and the angles, and then I'm going to tack it together, and then I can pull the exhaust onto the bench and then do the final welds and all that business and paint it. It is now 20 to midnight, so I need to be knocking off soon. Now, so it's a week later. The car is the exhaust part is done, apart from the electrical switch. Car's just in the garage now, doing some other stuff to it, which I'll show you in another video. So I'll just give you a quick summary of, because I didn't actually finish filming on camera because I got a bit wound up and a bit stressed out, so I just finished it off camera. But this is the finished product. Okay. V-band there, going to the standard centre pipe. The valve wiring going up there into the boot. Okay. You can see there where it merges back in. So the welding's not perfect, but could only get better from there. So I've got some clips of how it sounds stood still. I've not got any drive-by footage yet, I maybe get some of that in the future. But just to explain, it is stupid loud when the valve's fully open. When the valve's closed, it's dead quiet. You can actually hear the induction kit over the exhaust, which is what I wanted. But yeah, when it's fully open, it's stupid loud. So where the decap pipe is, which you can see in the previous video, I might actually buy a silencer as big as I can fit into the transmission tunnel, and as long as I can fit in the transmission tunnel, just so that when the valve is opened, it's not as loud. Because when I go to the track, really I want the valve open at the track, so it's more enjoyable when you drive it in car around. But yeah, so success, it's on, it's done. Sneak preview, just done with relocating some gauges. These gauges were here, they're now going to be in there. I've sacrificed the radio because I didn't listen to the radio anyway. So the switch for the valve is there. that is going to be mounted permanently somewhere nice and proper. Yeah, so thanks for watching.